Welcome to In the Passenger Seat. I am Courtney Moose. Maiden name is Courtney Taylor, and I teach barrel clinics around the country called Courtney Taylor Clinics. I noticed that we've got a couple new subscribers, so I thought I would give some introduction. I'm actually only sharing these videos on my Facebook clinic page, so everyone should know me, but when I was looking through the subscriber names, I didn't recognize a couple of them, so I just wanted to check in. My last video, I was headed to Hamilton, and I ended up making a really nice run at Hamilton. I was dumb, did not carry that time over. Anyways, I won a little over $3,000. It was originally over $4,000, but when they audited the books a couple days later, they realized that they had apparently made a huge accounting mistake. It must have been very big if my time alone was wrong by $1,000. 79 other people got paid. So I can't even imagine if they were off $1,000 across the board. That would have been a very bad deal. We're happy that we got some money. I think my last video I kind of talked about me being a little bit down because I wasn't really having anything to chase right now. Probably the worst decision that I made was after the WCRA in Corpus Christi. I decided not to pursue the standings for Days of 47 or for the Women's World Finals. That decision came from me knowing that I was fixing to have to sell a house and move, and how expensive it is nominating double fees, and the nomination fees are basically 2 entry fees and enter multiple horses and basically go every single week to make sure I stayed in the standings. I decided not to do that because I knew what a hauling contest that was and how expensive it is, but it also meant that I didn't have anything to drive for the next month or two, and that is killing me. I don't think I realized how big of a toll that would take on my mental health until maybe a week ago, when I was like done with the breather and done with the rest, and then was like, okay, now let's get back to it, and there was nothing to get back to. I'm too far behind in the standings to try to catch up now. And the 2 other goals that I had this year are to qualify for the Women's World Finals, which at this point I don't feel like I could make up for. I'll have to look at those standings, maybe so. But I really thought maybe I should just enter a qualifier and try to fast track in and qualify my way into that. That was the original plan, and I also want to qualify for the American. Neither of those have released their qualifying schedules yet. It is June and I'm going crazy. Like, it's time, guys. It is June. I don't really know what else to kind of jump in line for. The year before, I tried to stay in the top 10 for the BBR on a horse that I knew was retiring that year. I did that, but I actually didn't even find out that that was even a thing until like August or September, so it wasn't an initial goal that I had. It was just something that when I realized I was going to retire and sell him to a friend of mine, that it's something I wanted to do for sentimental purposes, and we did it. We ended up 6th or 7th or something like that. We got our jacket, and that's what I wanted to do. And then the WCRA with Corpus Christi, that was a 6-month thing. So right now, although I'm winning a lot of money, Spencer feels great. I don't really have that thing that I need to fulfill me as far as something I'm working towards. That is really not good for my mental health, apparently, because I feel a little bit blah and a little bit lost when I don't have anything big. I have a big barrel race this weekend. We're going to pay the extra fee this time, see if we can't win more money. Another big check, but as far as something long term, I really don't have anything right now that's like resume worthy, I guess you would say, and that is really, really bothering me. So I'm going to look at the Women's World Finals, maybe throw a nomination towards that, see how that makes me feel. If I don't feel like I'm so far behind that at this point I would just be donating my entry fees, maybe that's something that I'll just decide to do after all. Another thing that is probably going to take my mind off of this and will probably be a deciding factor on whether I nominate or not is I have clinics in June. One actually got rained out this morning, but I'm supposed to go to South Dakota and Arkansas in June, so for 2 weeks, and I'm not going to take horses. Diesel is extremely expensive, so there's just really no need to add to the expense. I have not wanted to go up on my clinic prices despite diesel and gas prices going up. I figured that God would find a way to provide, and so I did not go up on those prices when everybody else did. And not to say that I won't at some point to stay in business, but I just did not have to this year. And so I'm also not going to make it worse and exacerbate that by dragging a trailer and a horse behind me either. So I'm looking forward to those clinics. It's 2 weeks worth of teaching. I will be gone. I'm bringing my kids. We're basically going to be on the road for 2 weeks, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And I think that that will definitely put me in a better spot mentally. And then when I get back, we will have a few clinics left. Mostly, there's some in Texas and Oklahoma that are not that big of a deal because I can pretty much make those anytime. But then in New Mexico as well, these are all small ones. But my big trips like Wisconsin, and I think that's the only one I'll have, like Wisconsin and Utah. Those two will be really something that I'll really look forward to, and they'll be in August. So July, I'll kind of have some time off, and I'm hoping that in July they're going to finally release the American qualifying schedule. That'd be great. But anyways, this is just a quick check-in. I am where I am. I am looking forward to the weekend. I obviously am very grateful for every run I get to make and every dime that I win. At the same time, I definitely need to find some sort of point series or award series that I can be a part of so that I feel like I'm working towards something significant and long-term for my mental health, because right now I just feel like, I don't know. Anyways, I'll check in with you guys after this weekend.